How many times have you been 1 to 3 shots away from breaking that next scoring level, whether that be breaking 100, breaking 90, breaking 80, or even breaking 70? You're 1 to 2 shots away, maybe even you broke it, but you can't be consistent. That happens a lot. But the reason why you can't break that next scoring level is because you're working on the wrong things. You're working too much on your golf swing. You're working too much on trying to hit more good shots. What I want to reveal today is the unspoken truth to truly lowering your scores. Not enough coaches are talking about this. There are some, but there are 3 things that you've got to understand when it comes to lowering your scores. It's the only way to think about it. It's a mindset change. It's a total revolutionary way of lowering your scores. If you have these 3 things, you will make a massive difference. Let's discuss. Welcome to episode 6 of the Waithe & Lincoln Golf Show, where I'm here to teach you unmatched strategies to lower your scores, enjoy the game more, and build epic practice plans so that you can play your best golf. Today, let's discuss the 3 things that are not being taught today on how to truly lower your scores. 3 things are, number 1, you need to stop focusing on trying to lower your best rounds and trying to shoot the next best score that you've ever shot. We need to focus on the worst rounds instead of our best rounds. Number 2, instead of trying to hit the ball straighter and more towards the target, we just need to eliminate the worst shots, because it's the worst shots that are causing most of your problems. And then finally, we need to work on the nuances, the little things that tend to trip us up and around, a downhill lie, uphill lie. We're gonna discuss all this right now. Let's go. The best way to truly lower your scores is by focusing on lowering your worst round, not your best round. So if you shoot 95 on your worst round in the past 90 days, and then the best round you've shot is 85, because I usually see about a 10-shot difference between the best and the worst round, then we need to focus on not having that 95 again. We need to focus on actually getting rid of that 95 and making the worst we shoot a 93, a 91, a 90. And how we do that is we go through a list of all the things that you felt like that caused that 95. Was it too many out of bounds shots? Was it too many duff chips? Was it too many 3-putts? What were the things that caused that 95? And if we focus on those things in our practice, that's how we'll see the biggest difference, is by focusing on those. Too many golfers get on the driving range and they work on their golf swing over and over and over, trying to hit the ball straighter, when in all reality, we just need to eliminate the worst misses, the worst rounds. Because here's the deal. Let's just say you're at 95, and then let's say in 3 weeks, now the worst you shoot is a 93. Then another 3 weeks goes by, the worst you shoot is let's say 89. Another month or so goes by, now the worst you shoot is an 86. What do you think your best round's gonna look like now? It's gonna look more like a 76. But see, here's the deal. Now you've gotten rid of the worst stuff so that when you do have a good round, you actually have a good round, and it's not being affected by these really, really bad shots, which leads into my second point. We need to focus on getting rid of the biggest mistakes, like a top 3 wood, a shanked iron, a bladed iron, a fat iron, a duff chip, a missed contact on your putter. Whatever those big misses are, we need to eliminate those. I have a student of mine, when we went out to the golf course and watched him play, he would have these random times where he would top a ball. Well, what we found out is on the golf course, he struggles with his 3-wood. That's a club he particularly struggles with, because I think he's trying to hit it too hard. And then he's not very good at dealing with different lies with that particular club. So that club is causing him some pretty big problems. And then he had one shot where he would push it. So if we just made that push better, and then we got rid of the top shots, we would see a massive improvement in his ability to score, because now we're just eliminating the worst misses. And then finally, the nuances. What I mean by nuances is, like, when you practice on the driving range, at home, wherever, it's the same shot over and over on a flat lie with the same club. But that's not golf. On the golf course, we have all these different shots we're trying to hit. We have a downhill lie, uphill lie, downhill, uphill, both. We may have it's in the rough. We may have it sitting up. We may have a awkward chip shot. We may be hitting into the green. We have all these different variables that we run into that we don't practice on a day-to-day basis. So it's nuts for you to expect yourself to be able to pull these shots off when you're playing in a round, because you never work on the nuances. It's those nuances that are killing your score. It's those 3 holes around that you have a really bad 3 holes that hurt your final score. And it's because typically you run into these nuances. It's not necessarily that you hit that bad of a shot, which sometimes it is. It's that you ran into a situation that you were not prepared for. You're not prepared to hit a ball well below your feet. You don't know what it does. You're not prepared to hit a ball that's uphill. You're not prepared to hit a shot from out of underneath a tree and make sure you don't hit that tree branch. You're not prepared to draw it around the tree, keeping it low, and then be able to judge the distance. You haven't worked on those. So being able to work on your nuances is huge, and making a list of those as you play of the different types of things that you notice you struggle with is working on those nuances if you make that list. So if you apply those 3 principles to your practice, to your training, to building a plan, you're gonna see massive results. So here's the deal. I wanna offer you my post-round interview checklist. This will help guide you through this process we're talking. What it is, it's an interview you run yourself through, going through every hole. Typically, if you have anything worse than a double, you're gonna list the situation. Describe the situation. Was it above your feet? Was it below your feet? Did that have an influence on the shot? Because if you don't normally struggle with that club or that shot, then maybe it was the situation. Was it the wind? Was it that you had to curve it around a tree? Describe what you think caused the issue or what influenced an abnormality, and that'll make a big difference. So you're gonna list that. Then it's gonna ask you 3 fundamental questions about that round so that it'll help frame what you need to work on. And then finally, there's a section for you to build a practice plan based off the answers that you had above. It's by far the best way to lower your scores. I use it with all my students. You will see massive results. If you want that, there is a link below. You can also go to wfg.golf/post-round interview. That's really gonna help you improve your game. So get that free gift. I really want that to help your game. I'm really here to really make a difference in your ability to score and actually bring those scores down so you're not out there wasting time and confused. I hope this video helps, guys. We'll see you in the next video.